Hello all, we're going back to Creed, Inside the Soul. Final song, I'll talk about what it means as the final song, share some of the bits, analyse the lyrics, enjoy the song. I know this song really well, so it's not a first reaction. Creed fans, I hope you enjoy, get in the comments and share. I'll ask to subscribe because I really do, but I'll put a link in for other Creed songs. Here we go, this is from their 99, Human Clay, yes. Of course I am, duh. Very somber, solemn.
When I'm all alone, no one else is there, waiting by the phone to remind me I'm still here.
Isolation versus identity. So he's all alone. There's no one there to remind him he's all alone, but he is all alone. So it's kind of reaching out. It's a bit of everything, really. It's the shadow and the self, waiting by the phone. That's waiting for the contact from the unconscious, but it's also connection with the outside world. It's also identity of yourself, but seeking connectivity and but recognizing. If you can recognize isolation, doesn't mean you're going to solve it, but at least you know it's there. And that's it. When I'm all alone and no one else is there, waiting by the phone to remind me I'm still here, I still exist. Yeah.
Shadows paint the scenes where spotlights used to fall, and I'm left wondering, is it really worth it all? There's a peace inside our soul. Let it be your friend. It will help
So you look at verse 2, because the whole point is analysing. When the shadows paint the scenes where spotlights used to fall, you could take that as himself. And when I'm left wondering, is it really worth it all? So who you were is not being validated anymore. You're seeking validation, but it's not coming. That's the spotlight failing. And then is it really worth it all? That's the existential meaning. That's Frankl. Yeah, so you think you're losing meaning. When you think you're losing meaning and validation and that sense of self, and this song beautifully personifies that for me. Massive hit, 11 times platinum diamond, #1 on the Billboard 200 in the UK. And I've talked about what the reception was in terms of a Christian band and that they're not, but, it's there to hear. This is a psalm, but what else is it? Yeah. Let's put it back a little bit because it's such a soothing song.
You hear the sounds, hearts beating out loud.
Verse 3, so you had the bridge where it really pushes home the message. Life can hold you down when you're not looking up, so when you're not searching for meaning. Can't you hear the sounds of hearts beating out loud, waiting to be connected? That collective unconscious, that's Jung. Yeah. So when you look up, when you see, it's a military thing, you know. This stays with me saying, get your neck back in your collar and look up. Now that was to really say, stand tall, look up, be aware, be recognised, and it was also just discipline. But hey, who am I to argue with the discipline that worked? So, can't you hear the sounds, hearts beating out loud? The collective heartbeat, yep. Belongingness and love, it's Maslow. So it's all rolled in, and whether he knew this or not doesn't matter. Whether the guys knew this or not. I mean, when was this? Yeah, it was Scott Stapp and Mark Tremonti. So I think they shared all the songwriting and all the songs. So whatever they were writing, it was definitely with a view to understanding the feelings and put them into lyrics is what you do here. But the feelings come from your psychological basis, you know, not facts and feelings. I'm not doing that. So to me, it's almost an emotional benediction. And that further reinforces the belief that people thought that the whole band held a Christian view. No, he did. And the rest were spiritual. So they've just combined it.
Although the names change, inside we're all the same. Why can't we tear down the walls and show the scars we're covering? There's a peace inside our soul. Let it be your friend. It will help you carry on. In the end, there's a
The refrain. So he repeats that. So when you look at verse 4, although the names change, inside we're all the same. So every individual, but we all have a collective shared identity, if you like, or a shared emotional response. Why can't we tear down the walls to show the scars we're covering? So that's get rid of the isolation, be vulnerable, share intimacy, not physical intimacy. Yeah, and with that, you get the empathy through transparency. So that collective unconsciousness, once we all recognize, then you can find the peace inside of us all. You have to be open to it to find it. Yeah, you have to show your humility, accept your humility as a strength and not a weakness. To reach out and seek help and validation and connection isn't a weakness. That'll bring you peace. And that's what the song is essentially about. Building up. Bridge out row. And again. Solo, I'll pull it back. So it's the repeat of the refrain that takes your bridge outro, which is, it's enforcing the message in the song. Musically, it does that. It's built up to a crescendo to say, we're here at the end, the final part, which is great. You're going to get this great solo in a minute. So when you look at transcendence, repetition becomes transcendental. So in other words, it's that affirmation thing that people use without they use it in a saccharine way. You know, if you reach out to the universe, it will answer you. Not really. But you can create a rhythm. You can create an inner peace that gives you breathing space to focus on the things, those physical things and emotional things that you need to do in conjunction with each other. That's my opinion. From what I've learned, what I've experienced, I'm sure you guys can tell me the same. And this song represents that you have to let these things go. Not to make yourself open to abuse and to ridicule, but to have that genuine vulnerability that isn't a weakness. It's not a weakness. The song says it's not a weakness, and it isn't. Yeah. It can be used against you, but that's when you just say, yeah, really? So you get that. When they say, let it be, there's a peace inside of us all, let it be your friend. Yeah, that's the unconditional positive regard, the invitation to let it be, when I'm looking at the lyrics here, yeah. That's a sign of that's the communal parallel acceptance that if everyone does that, then there'll be a peace inside of us all. I'm not talking about war, I'm not talking about some form of utopia. This song's not about that. It's not some global climate change, bring peace to the world. It's saying it starts with you, the individual. And then if we all do that at the same time, whatever group you're in, family, friends, relationship, once you do that, it's saying that. Not me, I'm not that clever. Yeah. The whole album was a struggle with emotional stability, spirituality. This, for me, is the closing. Like I said, an emotional benediction, a psalm that closes like an emotional benediction. And it is really, it's saying all of that we've laid out before you, this is what you do. Yeah, at the end. That's the end of the chapter, if you like. Not the closing of the story, the beginning of a new journey, which is where you get that sort of the Jungian, the overcoming the shadow. It's all there. It's really good in that song. And they don't overcomplicate it. Musically, it's beautiful. It's got all the rock stuff you want in it. Yeah, but this wasn't, no disrespect, this wasn't like Motley Crue or Wasp or anything like that, and each to their own merit. This was a little different, and that's why it exploded. Whatever it was, it didn't fall on deaf ears. Millions of people bought into this. Everybody who's listened to this for their own reasons, some may have listened to it once and thought that's rubbish and bought it by mistake. I suspect they'll be in the minority. Creed fans, rock fans evolved from this. The band evolved from this. Good albums. You know, they're back touring now. Don't know if we're going to get any new music. But yeah, really good. And it does finish the album off, and it does give you something to think about and how it affects you. Let me know in the comments, guys. What do you still think of it 26 years later, whatever it is? Yeah, 25 years later. I still think it stands up as a rock track. Come on, guys, subscribe, join in. Until next time, take care.